Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It's the weekend, so let's do the whole doggone thing. Saturday, August the 20th, National Chocolate Pecan Pie Day. Ooh, yummy.
That sounds amazing.
National Radio Day. I'm a big fan. World Honeybee Day, also a big fan. Sunday, the 21st day of August, National Brazilian Blowout Day. I don't know what that is, but it sounds very interesting. National Senior Citizens Day and National Spumani Day. Isn't that like a drink?
It's like, yes, we've had
Like
this conversation before. It's like a wine, champagne, bubbly
very
wine.
Nice. I don't know. You never take me anywhere nice. How would I know? That's all happening this weekend. And I'm going to be visiting with a friend, Mr. Jordan Goodman. He is America's Money Answers man. Met him a few years back, and we've talked to him, I don't know, not every month, but almost every month since, with a little update about the financial world. We'll be chatting with Jordan coming up later in the program.
What can I say that I haven't already said about BetterCreditCards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At BetterCreditCards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com, a statistical look at who we are and the things we do. 23% of women say they would actually pay their partner to give them a foot massage. Yeah. Would you?
No.
Okay. I was going to say, I would see how much, because I'm like thinking maybe I'll do that. 30% of men said they have borrowed a razor from their significant other. I've done that numerous times.
I have used yours many times.
50% of men said they could not tell you their partner's shoe size. 8? Am I close?
7.5. Close.
All right.
Very
That's
close.
kind of close. You know my shoe size. You buy my shoes.
Yes, I do.
20% of us say we would fail a written driving test if we had to do one today. I don't think I'd fail.
I don't think I would either.
I'd fail the driving test, but and 6% of people are okay with others urinating in the pool.
Yeah.
I am not. That's only 6%, but I am not one of those people.
No.
We go to events, and like we go to one event where there's a bunch of partying going on, and I see people sitting in the pool drinking all day, and I go, note
You
to
just
self,
avoid it.
stay out of that pool.
You betcha.
All right. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know everybody loves a 3-day weekend, but could you do your current job in 4 days a week? Or if you worked Monday through Friday, like many currently do, could you manage to do your job effectively in less than 7 or 8 hours a day? So like shortening up the days. Almost half of workers say they could if they were not interrupted. A new study from employment think tank Workforce Institute and research firm Future Workplace shows 45% of workers across North America, Europe, and Australia, and India say that if they worked uninterrupted, they could do their job in less than 5 hours a day. Researchers say this study builds on existing evidence that trusting employees to make their own schedule translates to better retention, happier employees, and increased revenue for the company. So that's all good news, I think. So we don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. J-Lo and Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, Ben Affleck, having their dream wedding celebration. I think it's this weekend at his Georgia home, a month after tying the knot in Las Vegas. Their 3-day intimate celebration for family and friends kicks off with a rehearsal dinner Friday. According to sources, the actual ceremony will take place on Saturday. The couple will close out their weekend with a barbecue picnic on Sunday.
Wow.
Lopez is expected to wear a custom Courtier Ralph Lauren dress made in Italy
Isn't that great?
And Vogue magazine is expected to document her fashion journey for the weekend.
That's fantastic.
That's
We didn't get an invitation.
get the invite. They're going to do this on an 87-acre property where they originally planned to tie the knot 20 years ago when they were first engaged. And Ezra Miller is getting treatment for a mental health issue. The actor from The Flash, 29-year-old star of The Flash, apologized for recent troubling behavior. Statement says he's been going through some time of intense crisis. So I've got more details on both of those stories in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for the scoop of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. Taking a little break from the scoop today, Heidi, because this was sent to me, and I remember playing this game a long, long time ago. We've never played this on the radio, but we used to play this game, Tri-Bond. Remember that?
No.
Where there's 3 words that all have something in common.
Okay.
It's been a long, long time ago. I think it was maybe our son's game when he was a little boy. But this was sent over. They said, hey, you should see if Heidi knows these. So I'm like, okay, putting Heidi on the spot. You can play along at home as well if you'd like. Here we go. What do all 3 of these things have in common? A joke, a safe, and a whip.
A combination.
No. A joke.
I don't know what a whip would have.
A safe, and a whip. Here,
a handle.
Everybody shout it out at home. A joke doesn't have a handle. Joke, a safe, and a whip. The answer is they're all cracked. So you crack a joke. You can crack a safe, and you crack a whip. See how we play this? All right. All right. What do these 3... I don't even know why I'm doing this one. What do these 3 things have in common? Hooking, roughing, and spearing. I don't know these, but I don't think you will either.
Fishing?
No. Penalties in hockey.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
See, that wasn't fair. But here's one that Heidi will probably get right, because this is more along the lines of stuff we know. What do these 3 things have in common? You can play along at home, by the way. Collateral, Valkyrie, cocktail. What do those 3 things have in common? Top Gun, Mission Impossible. I added some more.
I don't know.
Risky Business.
What?
How many do I have to give? Everybody else is shouting at the radio. Tom Cruise movies.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know where you were going with that, but you were looking at me like I was nuts.
I was thinking collateral damage, and I was like, okay, alcohol causes damage.
I like the way you think. All right. Thanks for sending that over, by the way. I told you I would do it. Here it is. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of bettercreditcards.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit with our guest, Jordan Goodman. He is America's Money Answers man, and we chat with him about once a month, kind of get up to date on all things financial. Mr. Goodman, how are you, sir?
Great to be with you, John.
Always a pleasure to chat with you. Now, there was recently some activity in the Senate, and that's going to make an impact on things financially. Let's talk a little bit about what was happening there and how that's going to impact everybody listening.
That's a major, major bill. It's about a $700 billion bill that is passed by the Senate. It's going to be passed by the House and signed into law quite soon. It's called the Inflation Reduction Act, and it puts major investments in climate change, giving incentives for electric cars and solar and wind and carbon capture. And it's a 700-page bill. There's a lot in there. It also puts a cap on drug prices for the top 10 drugs. It allows, for the first time, Medicare to negotiate with the drug companies to kind of keep drug prices down to some extent. It puts a 1% excise tax on companies buying back their own shares to try to discourage stock buybacks and instead encouraging companies to reinvest in their businesses. It has a 15% minimum corporate tax. So there's a lot of companies, John, that are very profitable, yet they use the tax code and never pay any taxes, and that kind of looks bad politically. So now, if you have over $1 billion in profits, you will have to pay a 15% minimum tax, like Amazon is an example of that. So there's an awful lot in this bill. Those are just some highlights of it.
So as people right now listening are hearing all of this, is there something that we should be doing? Let's say that maybe the person listening is an investor and they want to invest. Are there things that they should be thinking of as they're making investments in this environment?
Yeah, well, the companies that are going to be in the renewable energy space are going to get a big boost out of this. Solar companies, the wind companies, even the utilities that are going to have various advantages in buying this kind of alternative energy. Even some of the oil companies are going to do relatively well. If they do carbon capture or reduce methane, there's just a lot of carrots, a lot of incentives to help these companies do better with the environment. That's the real major thing. I think it could hurt the drug companies to some extent because they won't be able to raise prices as much as they have been. But I think the big winners are going to be the alternative energy and the renewable energy kind of companies.
Now, for people who maybe are not investors, but they're still certainly going to be affected because everybody pays taxes, whether it's at a cash register or sales tax or if it's income tax, are there things that they should be doing if maybe they're looking at getting loans and they're trying to borrow money? Does this impact them in any way?
That's not directly on that. I mean, loan interest rates have been going up because the Federal Reserve has been raising rates and is going to continue to raise rates. So anything tied to the prime rate has already gone up. It went up 0.75 of a point at the end of July. They're going to have another meeting in September, and they're probably going to raise rates another 0.75 of a point. So it's getting more expensive to borrow, particularly on short-term things like credit cards. But even student loans and car loans, mortgages, all these things are going up because the Federal Reserve is trying to slow the economy and slow inflation by raising interest rates, and they're going to continue to do that for the rest of the year.
If somebody listening is maybe looking for resources, I know your website has a ton of resources, and it's pretty easy to maneuver as well, moneyanswers.com. On there, you can also find Jordan's books. How many books do you have out now?
13 books, actually, yes.
And the 13 different books cover a variety of topics, but they all have to do with finances, right?
All do with personal finances and helping people make the most of their money, correct.
It's not like it's 10 finance books and 3 coloring books or anything. So
no coloring books. No, I kept them all financial. Yeah.
Well, if somebody would like to reach out to you, what is the best way to connect with you, Jordan?
At moneyanswers.com. Always glad to help you folks, Jim.
Absolutely.
Yeah, John.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat, sir.
Very good. Thank you.
Absolutely. Again, Jordan Goodman, America's Money Answers man. You see him quite often on like national news programs when they're looking for somebody to talk about finances and the economy. You see him pop up all the time. I see him all the time. Now that you know him, you'll see him on there. And you can catch up with him anytime you want on his website. That is moneyanswers.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.
What can I say that I haven't already said about bettercreditcards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At bettercreditcards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Oprah Winfrey has a bathtub that is shaped like her body. That's kind of interesting. But here's the thing. Like Oprah, I have gained weight and lost weight and gained weight and lost weight.
Yep.
Which body? Because for me, I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm saying for me, if I had one made for the shape I am right now, hopefully in a few months I'm smaller than this because I'm trying to lose weight.
Ideally.
I don't think I would have a bathtub made for my body. Just saying. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Tom Hanks has a collection of over 100 typewriters. It's a collection that he has.
Okay, that's weird.
No, he's a writer, so that's not so weird. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Jennifer Lopez was Madonna's first choice to perform with, and of course, Kiss at the 2003 MTV Music Video Awards. Britney Spears got the gig instead.
Okay.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Independent star Jeff Goldblum and his wife had their first child on Independence Day.
Aww.
Oh, that's cool. All right, several fun facts that now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! It's brought to you by mintervention.com. Heidi, here's your question. 46% of singles say they want to know this about somebody before they go on a date with them. What is it?
Their credit score.
No. Their astrological sign.
Oh, jeez.
46% want to know that.
If somebody needs to know that, that's a good sign to maybe not follow through with that date.
I don't know. Maybe it's a big deal. 46% think it's a big deal. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way courtesy of mintervention.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com. A cat owner who is sick of his kitty bringing home the treasures of its nighttime hunting expeditions has invented an AI-based cat flap, which prevents her from bringing home gifts like dead birds and mice. Martin Rosinski, a British tech researcher, says he was being awakened up to 4 times a night when his cat Jinx would proudly drop off prey and meow loudly. So he came up with a microchip-run cat flap by installing a camera and developing AI software that detected the presence of prey. If prey was detected, the cat flap is temporarily locked, and a notification is sent to his phone. In just over a year, it's prevented Jinx from bringing a whopping 42 victims into the house.
Jeez.
He's now started a crowdfunding campaign to get the only cat flap on the market by next April. Onlycat.com is his website. Maybe it's a big deal, but I just thought that seemed really, really weird.
That is a little weird.
But again, I don't have a cat bringing dead things in the house, so if I did, maybe I'd go, I need one of those. I currently do not. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com is our sponsor of Weird News. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. These are the highest grossing Hollywood movie stars ever. Number 10, Vin Diesel, $10.5 billion in movies that he's done. Tom Hanks, number 9, $10.7 billion. Zoe Saldana, $11 billion. Chris Evans, $11.3 billion. Tom Cruise, $11.4 billion. Chris Pratt, $11.7 billion. Chris Hemsworth, $11.9 billion. Samuel L. Jackson, $14.36 billion. Robert Downey Jr., $14.39 billion. And the number 1 on the list, Scarlett Johansson at $15.5 billion. That includes 33 movies, and her top film was Avengers Endgame. That was the top movie for several of the people on this list, by the way.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 of them were all in that movie. So there's more and more of these superhero movies that are hitting big numbers at the box office. So that's why they keep making more, because people go out and see them. It's the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Mark Twain is our quote today, Heidi.
Okay.
He says, all you need in this life is ignorance and confidence. Then success is sure.
That's a true story. So much of it is how you present yourself.
You know, confidence is good. Let's not do the ignorance part. It would be better if we didn't do that. Can you imagine if Mark Twain was on Twitter? I mean, it's amazing to me how so many of the things that he said over 100 years ago still hold up today and are still funny today. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of RadioTravelGroup.com. Here's a headline. Roger Federer fulfills pinky promise that he made to a young fan 5 years ago. Tennis star Robert Federer kept a promise that he made in 2017. Izyan Ahmed, known as Zizou, challenged Federer to a match during the U.S. Open press conference. Can you please continue to play for 8-9 years so I can play you when I go pro? Yes, he replied, kind of chuckling. Is that a promise? Pinky promise, he said with a smile. Well, that just happened last week. Zizou thought he was flying to Zurich for tennis training. The video posted by Baria shows Zizou arriving at the tennis court with his coach. Moments later, guess who walks out? Roger Federer.
How great is that?
And he challenges him to a tennis match. You can see the entire video. It's called The Promise, and its video has gone viral because it really is pretty cool. Isn't that neat?
That's neat.
So, yeah, 5 years later, he's like, yeah, I'll do that. Because back then, the kid was just a little boy, and now he's a young man. So I love the fact that they he's still a pretty young kid. I love the fact that they followed through and actually did what he said he would do. I think that's just really, really neat.
Very cool.
I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. You ever have something like that where you make a promise to somebody that you have to keep like 5, 6, 7 years later?
No.
Yeah, no.
Nobody asks me to make a promise like that.
Ooh, you just opened the floodgates now. All right, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.